Have you ever gotten up from your favorite chair and noticed your legs felt a bit shaky? Maybe your arms seemed heavier than usual when reaching up to grab something, or just walking from one room to the next suddenly felt like more work than it used to. No sharp pain, no big warning signs. Just a quiet little whisper from your body saying, hey, things aren't quite the same. Most folks chalk it up to getting older. But what if age isn't the only thing at play? What if there's a tiny habit, something you do every single day that's slowly draining your strength? A routine so common you don't even think twice, but little by little, it's wearing down your muscles. And by the time you feel it, it may already be making you feel sluggish, stiff, or even more reliant on others than you'd like to be. If you're over 50, or just want to stay strong and steady as the years go by, go ahead and hit that subscribe. Here at Wellness Wisdom, we bring you weekly tips to help protect your strength, your balance, and your independence, because life should be lived with energy, not just endured. So what's really going on with your body? It might not be just aging. There's a condition called sarcopenia. That's the medical name for muscle loss as we get older. But don't let the big words scare you. It's just the slow shrinking of your muscles after midlife. And it doesn't show up with sirens or flashing lights. It creeps in quietly. One day you're lifting laundry baskets with no trouble. Then months later you're struggling to stand from the couch. Jack, 72, used to mow his lawn every weekend. Now he needs to sit down halfway through. He thought it was just part of aging, but it turns out sarcopenia had been silently setting in for years. Research from the Lancet Public Health found that over 30% of adults over 60 already have signs of sarcopenia, but most don't even know it because it doesn't hit you all at once. It builds slowly, like rust on a hinge. But here's the hopeful part. You can slow it down, even reverse it by making simple changes. And the first step? Knowing which everyday habits are doing the most harm to your muscles. So let's break down the 10 worst daily habits that chip away at your strength over time. Some of these might surprise you. Habit number 10. Eating refined sugar every day. Now, we all know sugar isn't great for us. People usually think of it in terms of diabetes or weight. But muscles? That's not something most folks connect to sugar. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. When you eat things like soda, pastries, white bread, or packaged sweets, your blood sugar rises quickly. Your body responds by pumping out insulin. But when this happens day after day, your body becomes inflamed on the inside. That inflammation messes with your muscle repair system. Think of it like this. Your muscles are tiny construction sites. They tear a little when you use them, but then they rebuild stronger. Sugar throws a wrench into that rebuilding process. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that too much sugar actually slows down muscle recovery. That means even if you're walking or doing light exercise, your muscles may not be repairing the way they should. And there's more. Refined sugar also increases something called oxidative stress. It's like your muscles are rusting from the inside. This makes it harder for your body to maintain strength over time. So while that cookie might taste good in the moment, it could be quietly making things harder down the road. It creates something called free radicals, tiny, harmful molecules, that damage healthy muscle cells bit by bit. Over time, this damage leads to quicker fatigue, longer recovery, and less strength, even if you're staying active. And here's the kicker. Sugar isn't just in candy bars. It sneaks into places most people don't expect, like fruit juices, breakfast cereals, flavored yogurts, salad dressings, low-fat snacks, and even sandwich bread. You might not be eating dessert, but you could still be taking in way too much sugar without realizing it. So what can you do about it? Start with food labels. Keep an eye out for words like glucose, corn syrup, maltodextrin, or cane juice. These are all forms of added sugar. Instead of reaching for cookies or sweet snacks, try fruits like apples, pears, or berries. Sprinkle cinnamon, or add a splash of vanilla to your oatmeal or coffee instead of sugar. Choose unsweetened yogurt and whole grains. And if you like sweeteners, go for natural ones like dates or a small drizzle of honey, just in moderation. These little swaps might seem small, but they can really help lower inflammation and protect your muscles over time. Because sugar doesn't just raise your blood sugar, it affects your strength, your balance, and even your independence. And that leads us right into habit number 9, one that seems too simple to matter, but makes a huge difference. Not drinking enough water. This is something a lot of older adults forget. Maybe you think, I drink tea, or I had juice with lunch, or I'm not thirsty, so I must be okay. But here's the truth. Your muscles are mostly water. Nearly 75% of their makeup is fluid. And when you don't get enough water, your muscles are some of the first parts of your body to suffer. Without good hydration, muscles become stiff, tight, and slow to recover. You might feel sore even after light activity. You could cramp more often. And if you're mainly drinking tea, coffee, or soda, you could be making things worse. Caffeine and sugar-heavy drinks actually pull water out of your body instead of helping you stay hydrated. Here's something else most folks don't realize. When you're dehydrated, your circulation slows down. That means your muscles aren't getting the oxygen or nutrients they need to stay strong or heal properly. If you've ever felt sluggish, dizzy, or unusually tired after walking or sitting too long, dehydration could be the hidden cause. So how much water do you really need? Most seniors need around 6 to 8 glasses of plain water a day. That number goes up if you're active, take medications that dry you out, or live somewhere warm. And don't wait until you're thirsty, because by then, you're already dehydrated. Try starting your morning with a glass of water before anything else. Have a small glass before each meal. Carry a reusable water bottle and sip regularly. If you find plain water boring, add slices of lemon, cucumber, or mint for a bit of flavor. And remember, foods count too. Things like watermelon, oranges, and cucumbers are packed with water. Hydration isn't just about avoiding cramps. It's about keeping your muscles healthy, your blood flowing, and your body moving the way it should. Think of water as the fuel that powers your strength, just like gas in a car. Without it, you won't get far. Without that fuel, without water, your muscles start to slow down. Things feel harder, your energy dips, and if that continues, more serious issues begin to show up. Now let's talk about habit number 8, avoiding strength exercises. I get it. The term strength training might make you picture big weights, loud gyms, or athletes lifting barbells on TV. That can feel overwhelming, especially if you've got joint pain, past injuries, or just haven't worked out in years. But here's the truth. The older you are, the more important strength training becomes. Starting around age 30, we all begin to lose a bit of muscle. Not a big deal at first, just 3 to 5% every 10 years. But after 60, that loss speeds up. If we don't do anything to stop it, we can lose up to 10% per decade or more. Slowly, quietly, our muscles shrink. And then one day you realize you can't lift the laundry basket. Standing from a chair takes effort. You hesitate going up the stairs without holding the railing. It doesn't happen all at once. It sneaks up on you. But here's the good news. You can change that. You can even rebuild what's been lost, and no, you don't need a gym membership or heavy equipment to do it. A study from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research showed that just 2 short sessions a week, 30 minutes each, can make a real difference. Seniors who followed this routine improved their muscle strength, balance, and posture. They even lowered their risk of falls and surgery. So what does strength training look like for someone in their 60s, 70s, or 80s? It can be as simple as lifting a pair of soup cans, standing and sitting from a chair without using your hands, doing gentle wall push-ups, using stretchy bands, even holding a balance pose for 10 seconds. The goal isn't to break a sweat, it's to gently tell your body, hey, we still need these muscles. Don't let them go. You don't have to spend hours doing this. Just 10 minutes a day is enough to start. Go slow, breathe. Focus on moving with control, not speed. And if you're not sure where to begin, we have step-by-step follow-along videos here at Wellness Wisdom to guide you safely. Because strength isn't about lifting heavy weights. It's about staying independent. It's about getting out of bed with ease, carrying groceries, bending without pain, living freely. When you use your muscles, even a little, they remember, they respond. They protect you. And now we move on to habit number 7, eating foods that secretly weaken your muscles. You might be doing many things right, getting your steps in, staying hydrated, even doing some stretching or light workouts. But if your meals are loaded with the wrong kinds of foods, your muscles might still be struggling. That's because food doesn't just fill your stomach. It fuels your cells. It tells your body whether to heal or hurt. Some foods might seem harmless. They're tasty, easy, maybe even marked healthy on the label. But over time, they trigger inflammation, slow your recovery, and rob your muscles of the nutrients they need. Let's go over some of the worst culprits. Sugary soft drinks. They offer zero nutrition and spike inflammation, making it harder for your muscles to repair after use. Processed meats like deli slices, sausages, and bacon are full of preservatives that can harm both muscle and heart function. White bread and refined flour raise your blood sugar fast, but offer no lasting energy or nutrients. Fried and fast foods, loaded with bad fats, slow down muscle recovery and clog up your body's healing systems. Packaged snacks and chips often contain excess salt and artificial additives, which can make you feel bloated, tired, and stiff. Even if you're active, these foods can quietly chip away at your strength, unless you know how to replace them with better options. Sweets and pastries may taste comforting, but they cause your blood sugar to spike and crash, which messes with your body's ability to produce the hormones needed for muscle repair. That energy dip you feel afterward, that's your body running on empty. And then there's alcohol. In small amounts, it might seem harmless, but over time it blocks the absorption of nutrients like B vitamins and magnesium, both essential for muscle strength and energy. If you're regularly having drinks even just a few times a week, it can chip away at your muscle health without you noticing. Energy drinks and strong coffee, they might keep you alert, but they also overstimulate your nervous system. This leads to poor sleep, which is when most of your muscle repair actually happens. Without quality rest, your muscles don't get the recovery time they need. Even artificial sweeteners, often found in sugar-free treats, can cause issues. They can throw off your gut health, which in turn affects how well your body absorbs nutrients from food. And canned or packaged foods, many are loaded with sodium. Excess salt pulls water out of your muscles, making them tight, stiff, and more likely to cramp. Now, you don't have to swear off every treat. That's not realistic or enjoyable. But becoming aware is powerful. Each bite either helps your muscles grow or slowly wears them down. So what can you do? Start with simple swaps. Trade white bread for whole grains. Swap sodas or sweet tea for herbal teas or lemon water. Choose lean meats, beans, or lentils instead of deli meats. Add more veggies, seeds, and muscle-loving spices like turmeric or ginger. Use olive oil in place of processed dressings. Even a few changes here and there make a difference. Your body wants to repair itself, but it needs the right fuel to do it. You don't have to be perfect, just aim for better than yesterday. Now let's move to habit number 6. Overusing painkillers and anti-inflammatory meds. This one is tricky because it's so common. A sore back, take a pill. Achy knees, take another. And while these medications can help in the short term, relying on them daily can quietly hurt your muscles. Here's why. Every time you move, your muscles create tiny micro tears. Sounds scary, but it's not. That's how your body gets stronger. It repairs those small tears and rebuilds stronger muscle. That process actually depends on natural inflammation. It's your body's way of healing. But when you take anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen or naproxen every day, you interrupt that process. Your body never gets the message to rebuild. A study in the Journal of Applied Physiology showed that long-term use of these medications can reduce muscle protein synthesis, the very process that helps you stay strong. And that's not all. Overuse can strain your liver and kidneys, making it harder to filter toxins and absorb nutrients. It can also irritate your stomach lining and block the uptake of key vitamins, especially the ones your muscles need most. That doesn't mean you should never use them. If you're recovering from surgery, managing a diagnosed condition, or in significant pain, of course, use what helps. But if it's become a daily habit, it might be time to step back and ask, is this healing me, or just hiding the problem? There are gentler ways to manage pain that also support your body. Try warm compresses or Epsom salt baths, gentle stretching, anti-inflammatory foods like ginger, turmeric, or salmon. Stay hydrated. Practice mindfulness or deep breathing to ease tension. And always check with your doctor before adjusting any medications. Your body knows how to heal. Sometimes the goal isn't to mute the pain, it's to listen to what your body is trying to say. Which brings us to habit number 5, not getting enough protein. Most people think protein is for athletes or bodybuilders, but it's just as essential, maybe even more so, for seniors. As we age, our muscles break down faster, and unless we give them the raw materials to rebuild, we slowly lose strength, even if we're active. The problem is, many seniors don't eat enough protein without realizing it. A day might start with toast or oatmeal, a light soup for lunch, and maybe some rice and vegetables at dinner. That may fill your stomach, but not your muscles. Your body needs amino acids, the building blocks of protein, to repair, strengthen, and protect muscle tissue. Without them, you may feel tired, weak, or find yourself recovering more slowly after activity. Even if you're not hungry for big meals, there are easy ways to add more protein to your day. Try adding eggs or Greek yogurt to breakfast. Snack on nuts, cheese, or hummus. Include a small portion of chicken, fish, or tofu at lunch and dinner. Even plant-based sources like beans, quinoa, and lentils pack a muscle-supporting punch. It doesn't take much, just a little more at each meal can help preserve the strength you already have and rebuild what you've lost. Because protein doesn't just build muscle. It builds independence. It keeps you strong enough to stand, lift, walk, and move with confidence. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition recommends that older adults consume 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day. For someone weighing around 65 kilos, that's about 80 to 100 grams of protein daily. But here's the problem. Many seniors are only getting half of that. Without enough protein, your body begins to struggle. It can't repair muscle after movement. It becomes harder to maintain balance, heal from injury or surgery, or even stay energetic and mobile throughout the day. So how do you gently increase your protein intake without overhauling your entire diet? Start with simple additions. Have an egg or two for breakfast, enjoy a snack of Greek yogurt, or include chicken, fish, or turkey with lunch or dinner. Prefer plant-based options? Lentils, beans, tofu, and even chia seeds offer excellent protein. And if you're not up for solid food, a protein smoothie made with oats, banana, and peanut butter is a gentle and delicious option. The key isn't eating a giant steak every night. It's about including a little protein at each meal consistently. Small steps done daily can help your body stay strong, because muscles aren't just built in the gym, they're built in the kitchen. Now let's look at habit number 4, not getting enough sleep. You may not realize it, but your muscles don't grow while you're exercising. They grow while you're resting, especially when you're asleep. Sleep isn't just mental rest. It's the critical window when your body gets to work repairing tissues, rebuilding muscle fibers, and restoring hormonal balance. And when that process is interrupted, your muscles can't recover properly. Unfortunately, many older adults struggle with sleep. Whether it's going to bed late, waking up too early, or tossing and turning all night, poor quality sleep slowly chips away at your strength. According to a study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, getting less than 6 hours of sleep per night can significantly reduce your body's production of growth hormone, which plays a key role in repairing and maintaining muscle. Without it, muscles heal slower, shrink faster, feel sore more often, and don't bounce back from movement or activity the way they should. So how can you improve your sleep gently and naturally? Start by building a sleep routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Avoid screens and bright lights an hour before bed. Create a quiet, cool, dark room that encourages deep rest. Try a warm bath or calming herbal tea in the evening. Avoid heavy meals and caffeine after late afternoon. And keep in mind, sleep troubles may also be a sign of something deeper: chronic stress, nutritional deficiencies, or unaddressed pain. Sleep isn't a luxury for your muscles, it's a necessity. Without it, your body doesn't have the time or resources to restore what it's lost. Which leads us to habit number 3, skipping breakfast or starting your day with the wrong foods. It might not seem like a big deal. Some people just aren't hungry in the morning, while others grab a quick coffee and slice of toast and call it good. But here's what's happening behind the scenes. After 7 to 9 hours of sleep, your body has gone a long time without fuel. That first meal is your body's first chance to stop muscle breakdown and begin the rebuilding process. When you skip breakfast or eat something sugary and low in protein, your body stays in a state called catabolism. That means it continues breaking down muscle tissue for energy. Over time, this leads to more muscle loss, slower metabolism, lower energy, and a greater risk of weakness or falls. The worst breakfast? Just coffee and white bread. It gives you a short burst of energy, then sends your blood sugar crashing, leaving you tired, unfocused, and undernourished. Instead, your first meal should include a mix of protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates, along with hydration. Here are a few gentle breakfast ideas: a boiled egg with whole grain toast, a bowl of oatmeal topped with chia seeds and banana, plain yogurt with berries and almonds, a smoothie made with banana, peanut butter, and milk, or a milk alternative. Even if you're not used to eating breakfast, something small is better than nothing, as long as it provides real nourishment. Because breakfast isn't just about jump-starting your day. It's about telling your muscles they're safe, supported, and ready to be rebuilt today. Habit number 2, sitting for long periods without moving. It's incredibly common, especially among older adults, because it feels safe and comfortable. Whether you're watching TV, reading, eating, or simply resting, sitting becomes a regular part of the day. But what feels harmless can quietly work against you. When you sit for hours at a time without moving, your body gets the wrong message. These muscles aren't needed anymore, and so it begins to weaken and shrink them, particularly the ones most essential to independence: your legs, hips, and core. Over time, this habit can lead to noticeable changes. You may start to feel stiff when getting up, struggle more with balance, have trouble climbing stairs, or feel unusually tired even after short walks. And the truth is, even if you exercise once a day, it might not be enough to counteract sitting still for the rest of it. A study published in the Journals of Gerontology found that prolonged sitting is strongly linked to faster muscle loss, higher fall risk, and increased frailty, especially in people over 60. But there's good news. The fix is simple and doesn't require a gym. Just break up your sitting time. Every 30 to 40 minutes, stand up even for just a minute or two. Stretch your arms and legs while watching TV. Pace around the house during phone calls. Do a few marches in place or heel raises while waiting for the kettle to boil. These may seem small, but they send your muscles a powerful message. We still need you. Regular mini movements like these keep your muscles activated, your joints lubricated, and your blood circulating, all of which protect your strength, balance, and overall vitality. Habit number 1, staying inactive after meals, especially sitting or lying down. It's something most of us do without thinking. You finish a satisfying meal and naturally want to rest. Maybe lounge on the couch, scroll through your phone, or watch some TV. It feels peaceful, even well-deserved. But what many don't realize is what's happening inside the body at that moment. After eating, your body requires good circulation to digest the food, deliver nutrients to your muscles, and regulate blood sugar. But when you stay completely still, or worse, lie down, digestion slows, blood sugar spikes more sharply and stays elevated longer, and your muscles miss their chance to absorb vital nutrients. Over time, this seemingly harmless habit can contribute To poor circulation, fat accumulation instead of muscle repair, increased stiffness and faster muscle decline, particularly in the lower body. But the solution doesn't have to be strenuous. You don't need a workout after every meal. All it takes is a few minutes of gentle movement. After eating, try walking for just 5 to 10 minutes around the house or outside. Do a few standing stretches, light household tasks, or simply stay upright, folding laundry, rinsing dishes, or wiping down a counter. Even slow movement helps engage your muscles, improve digestion, boost nutrient delivery, and protect long-term strength and balance. It may seem like a small shift, but moving gently after meals can have a major impact on how your body ages. It supports not just digestion, but also muscle preservation and daily energy levels. You've now explored the 10 silent habits that, if left unchecked, can slowly weaken your muscles over time. None of them are dramatic. In fact, they're made up of small everyday choices, the kinds of things we do without even thinking. But that's exactly why they matter. Because the greatest strength isn't built in big, rare moments. It's built through daily habits, gentle, consistent care. Here's a quick recap. Too much refined sugar, poor hydration, skipping strength training, eating. Too many inflammatory foods, overusing painkillers, not getting enough protein. Lack of sleep, skipping breakfast, sitting too long, staying still after meals. None of these require perfection, just awareness. Start with one small change. Drink an extra glass of water. Add an egg to your breakfast. Take a short walk after lunch. These may feel like small actions, but they add up to real, lasting strength. Because staying strong after 60 isn't about lifting heavy weights or following a strict workout plan. It's about building small, sustainable habits that support your body every day. So now I ask you, which habit are you ready to change today? Let us know in the comments. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Wellness Wisdom. Your body has carried you this far. Let's keep it strong for the journey ahead. See you in the next video, and until then, stay well, stay active, and stay independent.